Damn you.
Daytona sucked. Take two.
Hey, it sucked for me. I thought it was cool. What's going on, everybody? I'm Jay,
I'm Kenny.
and this is 33 Degrees.
Let's do it. Daytona.
500?
It was.
It's 500 hours.
It was terrible. I was about to say it was terrible, but I can't say
It wasn't terrible. It was great. Logano didn't win.
it was great. He finished way too close to the front
He did.
for my liking.
23-11, Michael Jordan, Daytona 500.
Turn it up, we're on air, 33 degrees, we right here. Voices spinning like tires burning, America's heartbeat always turning. Red, white, and blue in the rear view, Talladega Nights, Daytona dream.
What's up, everybody? Daytona 500. It was a week for the history books. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So it's not just Sunday. The race isn't just Sunday.
It's not. I mean, we had the duels.
Okay.
We had qualifying. We had the duels. I was really excited. I thought the duels were great
Why?
because I guess because they didn't save fuel.
Surprisingly, though, Kyle Busch.
Good on them. I like them.
Well, I think it's the first time ever for him.
First time set on the pole?
Yep.
Yeah, I liked it. My prediction on that one, by the way.
Is it first 500 pole in his 21st attempt?
Wow. That's crazy. And he's been with a lot of good teams, too. So for that to be, I mean, he's with Richard Childress, Richard Childress Racing, RCR. I mean, they are the restrictor plate racing.
Kings?
Yeah, they've got it figured out.
Well, you know who sat second?
Who sat second? Next to him?
Mhm.
Who was it?
Chase Briscoe.
Oh, yes. Yes, it was.
But there was some rain potentially.
Yeah, so it started us early.
So they moved us up an hour for the Daytona 500.
Yeah.
What was your feeling? You know, we get through the week. There's all this fun stuff happening. NASCAR is doing their promotion through Wheel.
Hype man.
Fortune. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
How did you feel going into?
I was stoked, man. I was super stoked. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't like,
It's a nice new hat, by the way.
you like that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Every week I shall display a new hat.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh, that's good listening. No, I mean, just like I said last week, I was very excited to kick off the season. You know, they call it the Super Bowl of the sport, and I have to say if this was our Super Bowl of NASCAR for the 2026, I'm going to be disappointed, even though I know that's not true, just because restrictor plate racing on these super speedways is completely different from mile-and-a-half tracks, from short track racing, from road course racing. So I know it's going to be different. We didn't get to see the horsepower package the 750 horsepower engines. They didn't do that for the restrictor plate racing, but they're going to do it in Atlanta. So I'm excited to see that come out.
Where'd you watch the race?
Is this where we insert a little video that we took from
Yeah, why not?
the Cosm? If anyone's
COSM.
COSM.com, go check it out if you want to.
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah.
If you want to. I will
Do not watch a race then.
Do not watch a NASCAR race at the Cosmo. It makes it look like you're in the stadium or you're at the track watching the race.
Yeah.
However, they put these, 100-inch screen broadcasts of what if you were watching it at home. And so where do your eyes naturally gravitate to? Down to the screen. Yes, you're looking at the screens the whole time and you're not watching the track of the cars going by you because they're not really there.
No, it was really weird too because I had high hopes.
Yeah.
And it's nobody's. I think maybe we're just overhyping things in our head, but you think about the Sphere in Las Vegas. So I
Yes.
thought, maybe it's
Yeah.
a baby Sphere,
Right.
but it was kind of offset. It wasn't dead center. You didn't feel like you were in that dome.
Right. Right.
And then, I know they need railings because people can fall.
They did something weird with the top, that made it
Yes.
seem like I was in like Star Trek Enterprise or something. Yeah.
I felt like I was about to enter a ride at Disney.
Yes.
And then it was the car, and if the car hit a certain angle, it looked like a squashed out. And the sound, it
didn't go from one side to the other. There wasn't wind blowing on me.
It was still cool.
I would love to watch a football game there or a basketball game even.
Yeah.
But
Hockey. I think
hockey would be amazing.
Really cool.
But for NASCAR, next.
Yeah, next.
Yeah.
But it was still a fun time.
Check that Aquabot.
Lots of there was a big time fan there, brought his flag, his gear. He was making love contact with you.
Oh, he was too. He saw my Ford hat.
He was like,
saw my Ford hat. He's like, look at my banner. And I'm like,
I don't know, man.
Not gonna happen, bro.
Jimmy Johnson raced.
He did.
Yeah. I mean, you would never know. You would never.
Did you hear his name?
Didn't know.
Did you hear his name? I heard it when the beginning of the race, when they were calling up the lineup.
Oh, that was it?
That was the last time I heard it.
That was it. Yeah. Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
Well,
legacy racing.
Yeah. And then he retired. It doesn't make sense.
I have to say one thing though, and I hope he sees this. A shout out to Coach John Gruden. Did you see him?
Yes.
Oh my God, it was amazing.
Yes, John Gruden.
It was amazing.
Definitely cool
race.
There's a lot of non-NASCAR.
They normally pull out the
they pull on every
celebrities to come to that kind of stuff.
I mean, Jeremy Mayfield had some choice comments after the race. Just shut up, bro. Anyways, let's move on.
I'm not giving him any.
No, don't give him. So, Daytona 500, the weather looked okay. It was a little windy. Yeah. They moved it up because of rain.
Yeah.
I think it fired off. I was excited. It fired off like it was about ready to do something. But again, it's stage racing, restrictor plate, fuel save. Stage 1.
Perfect. I love stage 1. It came out great.
6 laps. Boom.
Yeah. I know, right?
6 laps. What was that? First caution, lap 6, McLeod. Yeah. I don't know what happened to him.
I don't know.
He just
doesn't know how to race.
He set the Daytona vibe.
He was really excited and maybe drank too much water and had to go take a pit.
It's possible. What was weird though is Zane Smith, first Cup stage win, anything. What? Wow, okay.
No, I mean, great. I mean, you just say the name and it made me think about the last lap. So,
Kyle Busch was playing a little weird. He sat back.
So, did you hear him on the radio? I don't know if anybody's heard this quote. We probably should look up his radio traffic on the last lap. He fell back. He kind of took his foot off the throttle, and his radio comes on and says, "What's wrong, man? Are you out of gas?" He goes, "No, I'm not out of gas. I'm running effing 30th. Why am I going to race into the wreck?"
You're smart. Smart.
Yeah. So he dropped back, just letting the wreck happen in front of him so he could get past it. But what did he finish? 15th, something like that?
Not top 10.
Not top 10?
Yeah. So kind of sucks in that aspect. But stage 2, round lap 86, Zilich.
Yeah. What did I say last week? We have high hopes for this guy. And
multi-car.
Yeah.
It was Logano. Blaney got caught up in it.
Yeah.
I thought for sure that was going to push Logano out, but sometimes that little weasel figures it out.
Figure it out.
I don't know.
I don't get it.
But then my main man, Bubba Wallace, charges to the front.
B-Dub.
I honestly thought that he had, for a split second, that Bubba Wallace had an opportunity for the Daytona 500 win.
You can't win it in the
Listen. But then I realized it was Bubba Wallace. Denny Hamlin was close. Rest of his teammates were close.
This would have taken him out in a heartbeat.
And if there's Chase Elliott somewhere to be found, that's what ends up happening.
Sometimes you win the races like that, and sometimes you lose the races.
Well, stage 2, Bubba thought this was his.
This is his
and
thing.
he seemed like a different driver. Like, he wasn't getting caught up in it. He didn't seem as aggravated with everything that was going on?
I think he was. Bubba races with a lot of emotion.
He does.
Yeah, a lot of emotion. And
He
I
does.
think this race kind of, I don't know if he's going to counseling. I don't know what he was doing, but he seemed to race a really smart race.
He did.
A smart race is the best way to put that. I think they had a really good strategy going into it. And, you got to be there at the end. That's the problem. And with restrictor plate racing, you can be in 30th place on the second to the last lap and win the damn race.
Yeah, I think they were talking about what position they were in when they won the Daytona 500. And I think the last 3 or 4 Daytona 500s, folks were in like 16th, 19th, 17th. But late caution, 8 to go. I had high hopes for Chris Bell.
I did too. I think we both did. I think there was a point at the beginning of the race when Jay and I looked at each other and said, who do we want to win the race? And we both collectively said Chris Bell.
Yes.
And so we were going to be very stoked if he won. We were individually going to be happy if somebody else won.
Yes.
Which neither one of those somebody else's did. But
Nope.
I think Jay was a little bit more excited than a 2311 car.
Yeah.
Well, when the guy that you wanted to win the race is in the lead, turn 4 of the last lap, and does not win the race, it's a little disappointing. So,
yes.
And then come to find out, go back and listen to his radio at the end of the race. He thought I don't know if he hit his head. Chase, did you hit your head? He said, is it over? Was there one more lap? How do you not know you're on the last lap of the race? All you need to do is get to the checkered flag and win it. He thought there was I don't know what was going on there. I know he was disappointed. It's a product of restrictor plate racing. It's what happens. You can't block. You can't block when you have that much momentum coming up from behind you, and when 2 cars split you on the left and the right. I mean, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Just from browsing through the intrawebs today, there was a couple of
bummed out fans.
Well, yeah.
But no, I mean, think about it. 8 to go. Looked like Hamlin got caught up in the old Chris Bell to the wall action.
Yeah.
Restart. McDowell's up front. Woo! Reddick starts stalking. Hosever's in the mix. Byron. Kozlowski.
Byron, I thought he was done for after that first wreck.
Final lap, Hosever was leading into that final lap, and then it all started to do something funny.
To crumble.
Started to do something funny.
Well, yeah, it happened midway through the third stage. Let's talk about that. I know you wanted to go back to. Well, let's finish what you're talking about.
No, I mean, when you look at it, you had a weird finish to the Daytona 500. Some could say that it was a kind of electric towards the end because you were looking at that final run. Kozlowski was making a freaking smoking run.
Smoking it on the outside.
Chase was in cruise control with autonomous braking on. And I mean, when you look at it, was this race strategy first until it became survival mode? What do you think was going through? I could clearly see what was going through Tyler Reddick's head. And I thought he hit the rear of Elliott, but he didn't.
He didn't. He cleared.
He was like
completely clear,
playing the draft game to get in there.
Well, you made a comment that, what if they just put Herbst in to block the field? So
I did say that.
You did. You
I
did say that. And then guess what happened? Herbst thought he could turn right and then turn left. I don't know what happened there, but he definitely thought he was clear and was going to try to block Kozlowski on the outside, and it did. He was not clear. Spun back around, took Chase out.
He went hard.
He hit hard.
I think if it was, so you could play both sides. You could say maybe he was setting it up to, hey, look, Reddick, it's up to you now. You've got Elliott. Take your move.
You think he would follow your teammate, though?
So Hamlin on his podcast had said something. Of course, he's going to defend not his teammate, but his employee.
Yes, his driver.
Yeah. He said, if you're 35 you can make it a 3-car race towards the end. There's 600 feet left.
Yeah.
But by the time he went to the right, it was like 100 pounds of force. And then he just, and then it was fantastic. It was kind of a cool ending. I know some people may not necessarily have liked it because their driver wasn't involved in the cool. I thought it was great that I thought Chase Elliott was about ready to take it over from Bubba Wallace yet again because of something silly that happened with 2311. But instead, Reddick was coming, like they were using traditional strategy at the end of a race, aerodynamics, making sure they sat in the right place at the right time.
They always talk about in restrictor plate racing, when you get bumped from behind, it pushes your car way out front. And you'll hear a lot of the drivers talk about this. They'll talk about they need to drag the brake and get back in on that car and keep it sucked up, because what will happen is you'll bump a car out in front. So now the second car has enough space to get a run on them and be able to pass them. To me, and my unprofessional race car driving experience, that Chase Elliott failed to drag the brake and he got bumped way out front too hard, too far. And he should have dragged the brake back just a little bit right after he got bumped and kept that.
But it was almost like he didn't see anybody. He never even moved his car. He never tried to block. Should he have tried to block?
Well, you either block and know you're going to wreck the field, or you hope that those cars stall out or they wreck themselves. Yeah. So, I mean, I think it was kind of that in the moment, you're looking in your rearview mirror. Who knows what his spotter was telling him? I wish I could find that audio to hear that. But how can you can't block 2 lanes. You can, but you can't drop an entire lane down and then move up an entire lane. So you just stay where you are and hope that, I don't know.
Well, here's his quote.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Basically, I felt the run coming, and blocking choices are a lose-lose at the end.
That's true. I mean, he's right. He's right. You saw when they split like that, I mean, it's not 1 bogey, it's 2 bogeys.
Yeah, it was definitely. Kozlowski said it was really stupid, but takes the top 5 as a strong start to the 2026 season. I know he was pretty upset, but I mean, I think he's a straight shooter. I'd probably be pissed too if I was the 6, but
yeah. He's vocal when it comes to stuff like that anyway. So and you know, rightfully so I mean, he's also the owner of his car. So, I mean, of course, he's talking as an owner and a driver at the same time. So, I give it to him. I mean,
Reddick said he'll buy whatever Hertz wants.
Wow.
That's what he said. He did say that.
Wow.
I'll buy you whatever you want.
I want to hear that in car radio too, right? For that wreck too. Was this planned?
I don't know. Bubba Wallace wasn't very happy though. He said, "Congratulations to the 45 team. Happy birthday to Michael Jordan."
That video of him going up on stage to congratulate him and MJ kind of hugging him. I thought MJ was trying to hold him back from trying to beat some.
Well, you gotta love social media being friggin' turd burglars.
Yes. No, they try to turn it into something.
Yes, they did try to turn it into something. So, was race strategy? We know race strategy is really big on super speedways.
Mike Tyson has the best quote ever.
Everybody's got a plan so you get punched in the mouth. But when you look at like the difference between the paperclip, right? There's not so much team strategy.
No.
It's
Exactly. Right.
And you're really just, bumping and grinding. I think for me, the Daytona 500 super speedway with this fuel save BS really doles the race out in the middle, like big time.
Look, I don't know how this happened, but when 3 Toyotas get in front of all 3 lanes and then decide they want to go 50% throttle and block the entire 40 car field, or how many cars were left after all the wrecks? It's called 30 cars. Blocked 10 cars in each row. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
What are we doing here? Either pit and get gas. I mean, they talk about it all the time. Like, well, should we Make the fuel tanks bigger? Oh no, now you add weight to the car. Maybe we should make the fuel tanks smaller and make them have to strategize to pit more. We've been doing this since the creation of racing. You swing it this way, you swing it back that way. What is the best strategy? I don't know what the best strategy is because I'm not sitting on top of a pit box and I'm not inside of a car, but I am a fan and I sit in the stands and I watch from home. And whatever that was, what just happened at Daytona, I hope they fix it before the next restrictor plate racing because that's not it.
No,
That's not it.
and
From a fan perspective, that is absolutely not it.
well, it makes the race really, really boring in the middle unless you've got chaos, and there's no chaos at 50% throttle. Now, here's the problem. They pit so fast now because of the one lug that they don't have time to fuel.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Yeah.
a real easy fix is
put 5 lug guys back
go
up.
back to 5 lugs
Yeah.
and let them fuel if they want to fuel,
Yeah.
and go back to a full strategy game.
There's
So
nothing wrong with a 13-second pit stop. I'm just saying.
no, there's not. I mean, I don't see the problem with a 13-second pit stop. But again, you can't change everything and then try to change everything again. So we're getting these little pieces back to NASCAR, and we're going to have to work through those things. And I still think 2026 is going to be the largest year. It's the largest purse of any Daytona 500 of all time.
Listen, if we're NASCAR executives and we're sitting around the table Monday today and we're talking about, whoa, what did you think of the race? They're all going to be ecstatic. They thought it turned out great. They got exactly what they wanted. Toyota, Chevy, Ford, 1, 2, 3 in the Daytona 500.
Yes.
So it wasn't like 8 Chevys, first through 8. So
the truck race was great too.
yeah.
I thought the truck race was great. Arco, like the whole weekend after the duel, like everything fell into place. It was just little small nuances start to rear their head. But then
nuances like all the teams that sued you won the races this
correct.
week.
Yeah. So this is a perfect segue. Does winning the Daytona 500 now put legitimacy to 2311?
We ask, does that give them a seat at the table?
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that in reality it gives them. Here we go. You hold that on that? Well, they get a hat, but they don't. I don't know if they necessarily get a seat at the table. And the reason why I say that.
Also, I didn't buy this after the race. I had it before the race.
Bandwagon.
No, it's still sweaty inside.
Yeah. Did he sign that?
No, he signed my son's hat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't think it does. I don't know if it brings legitimacy to the team yet. Let's let them win some 1.5-mile tracks. Let them win some short tracks. Let's see how many teams that they can get into the chase. I almost called it the playoffs. And then let's talk. But winning the Daytona 500 puts that person in the history books for sure. It gets their name on the trophy.
Well, they're talked about for the rest of the year. So no matter what happens.
Sure.
I mean, I watched it's a weird, funny episode, but it was Kyle Petty and Richard Petty having hot dogs, chili dogs for lunch. I guess Kyle Petty's got this YouTube channel. It's pretty cool. It's old school style. But anyways, Richard Petty had said, you win the Daytona 500, and it doesn't matter what happens the rest of the year.
It's true.
You were the Daytona 500 winner.
Champion, yes.
But it's not like this is the first race they've ever.
That's true.
Reddick's won races before.
Yeah.
Bubba won Brickyard last year. I think Reddick won two races last year.
Right.
So it's not like they're not winning, but this is the first Daytona 500, and coming off that lawsuit and being into a new season, which is kind of weird. They win the lawsuit. It's Michael Jordan's birthday. It's the 30th anniversary of the first Space Jam movie. All of this is happening.
Did you Google that?
No, I didn't Google it, actually.
Wow.
But I did learn it today.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I bought some cards at Target.
Oh,
30th anniversary. It was just crazy. So when you think about all these things, I guess it's great to be Michael Jordan.
Hey,
And Denny Hamlin. You
And
didn't have
Denny
to win.
Hamlin.
You didn't have to win.
He didn't.
Still won.
What do you think would have happened in that race if Denny was leading the race and let's say put Denny in and take Chase Elliott's car out? If that would have been Denny right there, how do you think that race would have ended?
Something would have happened with the throttle on Reddick's car.
You don't think he would have just tucked right in back behind Boss and just pushed him right through the
I think Reddick's car would have magically slowed down somehow.
Took the field out and then he would have won his race. Yeah.
But we don't know, right? Like people say, oh, it was staged. They did that. Herbst dove into the wall. Like, okay. Is that the first time a driver has ever done that for their team?
Yes.
On this episode of Bullshit. So it always makes me laugh when this goes with anything. When it's not your team, when it's not your driver, there's a big issue with whatever happens.
It's true and that's what makes NASCAR completely different than any other sport, because your entire teams, all the teams play in the same game at the same time. It's like golf.
Yeah.
Right? It's an individual sport, even though it's a team sport.
Yeah.
And that one person comes out the winner at the end of the day. It's not like football where there's 30 teams out there and 15 winners. One person wins. And then, so what happens? You have 39 other losers and a lot of pissed off people. So that's what makes our sport great.
Imagine going into the Cup and just got 2 or 3 teammates that can just help move you along through that playoff style system towards the Cup.
Right.
So it's a win. But Daytona, for folks that are new or learning about NASCAR, Daytona is more than just, it's more than just foot down, 195 miles an hour around a track. There is a lot that goes into it.
Oh, for sure.
Now that they're doing the fuel save BS, we don't have to get into that. You could check out other technical stuff regarding the fuel save. But what people fail to realize is NASCAR is not just jumping into a car, turning it on, and then getting through however many laps as fast as you can. Of course, that's a fundamental principle of it, and you're always turning left, but teammates matter.
They do matter now.
Cleaning matters. Yes. Drafting matters. Bumping matters. I mean, you could be rocking and rolling and just make a 3-foot move in your car and you lose everything, and everybody just parts like the Red Sea and you fall. Correct. It almost looks like the car runs out of fuel.
It does.
But it is that detail that I think casual watchers, folks that maybe don't understand aerodynamics of cars, they don't understand how this all works. But if you don't choose the right line, the right lane, if you don't sit off the right side of whatever car while you're trying to make your move, it's over.
They used to talk about back in the day that Dale Earnhardt would see the air moving off the car.
God's damn.
And that's what Praise Dale.
Praise Dale, yes. But Richard Petty won 200 freaking races, man.
Wow, he did.
His dad won the first Daytona 500.
Yeah.
The dude he's a legend.
Absolute legend.
The coolest NASCAR icon vehicle of all time. It's the Plymouth Bird, the Super Bird.
Oh, yeah, of course.
They drove it to lunch. Of course, it's sitting on the floorboards. But it's Richard Petty, Kyle Petty, and they go eat chili dogs and talk about history. I didn't know that Kyle Petty has a YouTube channel where he goes and eats lunch or dinner with folks. They don't have to be NASCAR people, but he just happened to have lunch with his dad. But NASCAR 101, man, Reddick specifically credited his win in pushes from his teammate. And without the teammate, he wouldn't have won.
You think about it, he didn't even win a race last year. So
Reddick?
He went winless in 25.
Yes. He struggled.
Yeah.
But he struggled as he said he struggled across the board. Like he didn't feel right last year. He was close on a couple of races, but I mean, when you round out Daytona before we get to Kenny's bitches, the finishers. Reddick,
Okay.
who finished second?
Second in the Daytona 500. Was it Mr. Danica Patrick? Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Yeah.
They dated, so.
Yeah.
But you know what? 47.
Yep.
45, 47.
Logano, Elliott, Kozlowski, Zane Smith. So stage one winner
Yeah.
ends up finishing sixth. I mean, that's not bad for a Zane Smith. Chris Buescher. I'm never going to look at that guy the same just because of that fan.
I know.
And then, of course, Riley in eighth. How did he spiraled out of control? I don't even think I saw how he finished. But apparently he finished eighth.
Good for him.
Still finished before Bubba Wallace, though.
Oh, he rounded out the top 10?
Bubba Wallace rounded out the top 10. Barry was right before Wallace. So pretty crazy.
Barry, I'm surprised they didn't do better. The Wood brothers normally bring a really good car to Daytona. So I mean, they're synonymous.
Who did you, when we were watching the race, I know we picked our respective drivers who we wanted to when we did our little gentleman's bet, but who did you feel had one of the best cars out there?
The actual person or like race team or?
Give it all to me.
Probably. Well, I'm just gonna say then it was Tyler Reddick because he won the damn race.
Yeah, but I don't know. I did feel like Kozlowski had a really good car. Like Ford looked strong, especially when they ran in packs.
When they were together, when they were hooked up together, they ran really well. And I don't know why they weren't doing more of it. But.
Yeah, and I think you and I talked about it, and you said it earlier. Like when Toyota got to the front, they just held it.
They slowed down 50%, 50, 60%.
And it was like a freaking parade procession.
It was. Everybody was just, hi. And enough. It's bad for the fans that were at the race because you probably can't tell the difference between a 48-second lap and a 52-second lap.
Yeah.
But I could definitely tell. I'm like, what are they doing? Why did the race just all of a sudden stall? And we need to save fuel. We need to save fuel. We need to save fuel. Anybody who's ever watched Daytona, and I can't believe that the crew chiefs did not think of this, there's always 6 or 7 cautions in the last 15 laps at Daytona. You even said it before the race. The last 25 laps of Daytona are going to be insane.
They are. I knew they were going to do that.
And they absolutely were insane.
And I'm not a huge, I don't have this long lineage of watching these NASCAR races, but I understand. I get it. And even before all of this, I used to say that if there was a race on, that I would watch the first 25 laps. Yes. And then I would watch the last 25.
That's all you need to see.
And now I'm looking at it from a different perspective, especially watching the Daytona 500. There were things, of course I would change. I still had a good time because for me, it's like the Super Bowl. You're watching a game for 4 quarters and they're milking clock. Right? Yeah. It's the same thing as slowing it down.
Get the lead, protect the lead.
Yeah. And then they hold it and you're like, well, this is stupid.
Right.
And then if the commercials aren't great, well, now we've got a big, the whole show's now F. And then what happens if the game is somewhat close towards the end, the last 3 minutes, the last 5 minutes, everybody's on their feet. They're feeling great. And you almost forget about all that until you digest it all.
Right.
And I think that's what makes sports great. And if you look at the Daytona 500 that way, it was the same thing. We're all hyped for the beginning. We got the laps, boom, 6 lap, little chaos. And then it was murr.
Yeah.
And, maybe rightfully so. We had fun. We were chatting. And then you get to the last 20 laps.
And somebody hit the chaos button.
And then you almost forget about that in the moment. And we don't talk about it for the rest of the night until later. And then we're like, so what'd you think? Well, it was pretty boring in the middle.
Right.
But we didn't care about that.
I didn't know if that was the margaritas or...
Yeah. I'm feeling a little tired.
Yeah.
But we didn't feel that way in the moment when it was happening. I mean, I think I even lost my voice a little bit screaming because I was like, this is crazy to see.
Yes.
I mean, everybody was really standing up in
They
this
stood
place.
up for the national anthem.
Yeah, when we took our hats off.
We did.
It was
We did. We were there.
unique experience. So I for me, before we get to your gripes,
Okay.
for me, the Daytona 500 wasn't bad. It could have been better, of course. We can always say something would be better. But for the first race, the Daytona 500, to kick off 2026, to me, for NASCAR, for fans, I don't think it could have went better unless your favorite driver won. That's it.
Correct.
I think it's done. Now the pressures of Daytona are off.
Right.
And now we go into let's play every Sunday. I mean, people also forget that. It's 36 freaking weeks.
Yeah, you get
It's
like
bang,
3
bang,
weeks off.
bang, bang,
Yes.
bang. So
Yes.
chill out.
Yeah. Calm down. They might win again.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So what's your gripes, man? What's your little bitch session of
Which
the week?
camera do I look?
You can look at any camera you
This one
want.
right here. Chase Elliott. Come here. Come here. Let's talk about this.
Such a chase.
Stop it. Stop it. Feel you, Chase. I feel you. So here's what happened, right? I'm complaining about this to my wife. About, oh, he should have blocked this guy or he should have blocked that guy. And then I say to my wife, you know what really should have happened? As soon as that first wreck happened on the last lap, why didn't they throw the caution out then? Why didn't they throw the caution out? And then my wife says, because they all got out of the way, Kenny. I'm like,
Spoken like
true, like,
yeah.
my tires so well.
She's like, I don't have skin in the game. I don't care. You're the one complaining that your driver's
Shut up,
winning.
Kenny. Shut up, Kenny. He didn't win. Get over it. That's why I like to complain. Other than the fuel mileage thing, which we could beat that. We could beat that all day long. And it's not going to make it any better until they do somehow. I mean, there's 1,000 different things that they can try to do to fix it. You know, one thing they didn't talk about was it really isn't a complaint, but no one really even talked about tires. So I don't know if Goodyear's figured something out with their tire compounds and they're bringing good tires. Because normally there's always something, right? It's either, it's fuel strategy or it's they have a bad, there's bad compound in the tires. I mean, it's just like a driver always wants to pit, right? A driver always wants to pit because something's wrong with his car. And it's his crew chief's job to reel him in and say, just keep your ass out on the track.
If I could have pitted one more time, one more tweet, baby.
Yes.
I could have been rocking.
Oh, can we give a sympathetic shout out to Robert Duvall? I mean,
But you know what? I'm a little disappointed in media in general. Because this morning when I got up and I learned of his passing,
yes.
they showed all of his roles except cue the clip.
Cole, you're wandering all over the track.
Yeah, well, that son of a bitch just slammed into me.
No, he didn't slam into you, he didn't bump you, he didn't nudge you, he rubbed you. And rubbing, son, is racing.
Everything but Days of Thunder. And it was, I mean, I don't think it was his best role, but I mean, that was a great.
It was amazing.
Yes.
I thought his best role was Secondhand Lines, but
I mean,
Days of Thunder was pretty damn good.
Robert Duvall was great in pretty much everything
Anything
he did.
you could be in. Godfather.
But he was also extremely lived. He even said he lived life to the fullest.
95 years old, man. I hope I can make it.
It's incredible. So let me read to you before we end and go on to the next race. Well, we're not going to do the next race. We're going to watch it first. But
Atlanta.
yes.
Echo Park.
Reddick said he was speechless. He didn't know if he'd ever win this race. It was surreal. Michael Jordan?
What'd he say?
Feels like I won the championship. And then he also asked for a ring size 13.
Size 13?
Yeah, he's, yes. Ricky Steinhaus Jr. Happy, but it stings We just came up one spot short.
You know, he's won.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Yeah, right. Well, good math.
Well, we came in second. Stings a little bit.
Yeah.
We came up one spot short. Thanks, mathematician.
Yes. Genius.
Yeah.
Oh,
Logano.
don't care. Next.
Brad Kozlowski. He said really stupid. We went over it, but takes the top 5 as a strong start to 2026. You know, we also forget he had a broken leg. He's recovering.
Can you imagine sitting in the car for that?
He said he prefers, it hurts to walk to and from the car, but when he's in the car, the seat cradles him, he's at home, and he doesn't feel it.
True driver.
Which he probably had autonomous braking as well on his until the end when he was doing.
Yeah.
He was almost like he's doing 400 miles an hour.
He got a break on it.
Yeah. Bubba Wallace, we talked about his emotional whole thing. Michael McDowell said, "We put ourselves in a position to win." Well, I hope so.
Well, you started the race. That's the first start.
Yeah, great job, guys. We're out there, we're grinding.
Who's his PR?
But it didn't work out up front when it mattered. Oh, I think all things considered, going into Atlanta at Echo Park, I think as fans, we have some of the best NASCAR that we are going to have in probably the last 5+ years.
I will exclamation point that statement. I agree with that. I mean, and then you just have to also understand, if you're new to NASCAR, is that racing that we just saw at Daytona and racing that you're about to see at Atlanta are going to be 2 different styles of racing. You're going to be able to bang the shit out of a car, and you're not going to have to worry so much about drafting, even though I think they do close to 190 miles.
They do, yeah, but then they're, it's a different strategy.
But again, we have the new engine package that we're going to have this weekend at Atlanta. So I am, again, cautiously optimistic that this is going to be great.
Sounds like an old lady.
Cautiously
I
optimistic.
can't wait to go to the flea market. I'm cautiously optimistic. Anything else?
No, I think I've complained enough.
How many margaritas did you have?
Oh my God, $140, $149 worth.
I sat down. It was a little late. I messed up, parked in the wrong area. It doesn't matter. My wife made us late. So we get there, and I order a margarita, and he goes, "Hope you're going to enjoy that $140-something margarita." And I said, "Duff."
Will.
Yeah. Good
It's
thing.
called the Big D.
Which is exactly what Chase Elliott fans got at the end of that race. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Jay. That's Kenny. 33 Degrees. See you after Echo Park.
Your leg.